Hello, everybody. Hoping you can all hear me well. I've literally just hopped on. Well, this lighting's a bit odd, isn't it? Hang on. Got 2 people in already. It's good to see. Hoping we're having a good stream today. Let's get this out and about. Oh, right. We're gonna let it tick up for a minute, guys. I've got football style. He says big up Gem. This is not Gem. I'm hoping, in fact, what we're gonna do is do not click off because I am not Gem. Big up football style. There we go. Just tag in this so we can retain some viewership because I haven't been on the channel in a while. Thank God that someone's here who knows me. Yo, big up expert football style. How are you doing? Today we are going to be, whenever I come on the channel, we'll just have general chit chat about football. Try and provide something to learn. And the backing track for today will be Atalanta versus AC Milan. I'll be providing some analysis of this European game, and you can have me on the background while you play FIFA because I know a lot of you are doing it at the moment, and or talk to me in the comments or through the stream. While we're waiting for the game, just want to hear what games have you been watching this weekend, football style. What have you been watching? My most active commenter at the moment. And if my people who tuning, if my eyes glaze away, it's because I'm trying to get the stream out to there. Let's go on. Oh, I know why I've gone. I need to upload it on TikTok. It's a bit ropey start today. But yeah. For the people watching, what games have you been watching? I was watching Liverpool v Atalanta, v City a minute ago. I thought Salah was so good. It was incredible. Football Style says, I want your thoughts of Tomori being chosen in the England squad. Was he chosen? He's probably deserved it, to be fair. He's been pretty good. Apologies, you can hear a dog in the background. I've wanted that dog dead for a while. I shouldn't say that. Is Tomori in the squad? Tomori in the squad? He is. You know what? Yeah, I think he deserves that because he's not been called up before, and yeah, I don't know. I think he's deserved it. In Italy, we're about to find out. Milan, he's had a lot of good performances. Actually, Milan haven't lost a game yet in Serie. Getting into my flow now, I can actually provide you some analysis. Yeah, Milan haven't lost a game yet in Serie. I've played 6 games. Tomori, he has played 6 of them as well. One of them was a substitute appearance. But he's been doing pretty good in the air. That's what I've liked about him. It'll be interesting to see how he does against Duvan Zapata, who's Atalanta's top scorer. Sorry, guys, I'm looking at one just posting a promotion for this on TikTok. And then you can get the full attention. I'll talk you through the lineups in a second as well. But as I said, get any questions in. Doesn't have to be this game related. We're just here to have the chat, as always, on the GNA channel where you're experts on. Right. Let's just running through that. Now we've got 10 people, and big up to the 10 people watching. Get in the comments. Yeah, so Tomori's been playing pretty good, and today the lineups, I just had them off. The lineups today for Atalanta v Milan, I will share the screen actually, just so you can get a picture of them for it. 12 people win. What a game. Liverpool City disappointed not to win it. Yeah, I can see why you would be, Velv. I think Liverpool played really well. They were very unfortunate. Well, I don't know. You played really well in the second half. What? I shouldn't really be sharing this because it's coming up in my little TikTok that I'll do on the game. But the thing I really liked about Liverpool was that in the second half, they really bypassed the City press. They played a bit more narrow. But we've got this on the screen, so let's talk you through it. These are the lineups I'll be talking you through. If you're not watching the game, I'll just provide a commentary and, of course, answering questions. Atalanta v Milan. Atalanta, they've sit 7th at the moment. They've lost 1 game, but they have Malinovsky and Zapata up front, and Zappacosta right wing, and Melo, of course, at left wing. They've continued that trend from the Euros. And AC Milan, they will have Tonali and Kessié midfield. Kessié, whose contract runs out at the end of this year. A lot of links to Tottenham there. So that will be... Some people describe him as like an attacking midfielder. He's a bit more box-to-box. I think he's defensively switched on. He could be an interesting addition at Spurs. But they've got a lot of midfielders. They probably need a striking depth. Let's not get sidetracked. Brahim Diaz, he's had a really good start to the season. He's got 3 goals. He's Milan's top scorer, the former Manchester City Academy player. He's someone who actually left the Academy at the same time Phil Foden was getting into it. He's someone who said, you know what, I don't think Pep will play me. And he's only really now getting form. Rafael Leao is playing too, I believe. Yeah, so let's... Just realised something there as well. Okay, let's go back to the comments. Excellent weekend for Chelsea. Chelsea, yeah. There was a lot of criticism about Chelsea, wasn't there, really? A lot of criticism about Chelsea because being ineffective in front of goal against big, deep blocks. And I'm going on Lawrence Viscoli's channel next week to discuss it in further depth, but I don't care. I'm going to discuss it here in depth anyway. I think Chelsea's issue, really, it's one that's plagued them for a few years. Is they've besides Hazard and when Pulisic's on form, they've never had that player to break down a deep block in the same way that City do or Liverpool do. So whenever they play defenses like Juventus, they struggle. But it was definitely overblown. KDB lucky deflected goal. Salah goal this season. Not quite sure about that. Hassan's in. Alex Sheeran, what's up? Oh, I've missed you, Ginger Insults. This is why I come on GNA TV. I get them back. We're 5 minutes out from kickoff, by the way, guys. Not previous games. I've struggled to find the balance between the game and answering your questions. I really am going to use this more of a backing track because I'm aware a lot of you are just coming in for the questions, but this is just a nice thing to keep the stream going because there's a lot of players to keep an eye on, of course. If I go silent, by the way, it's just because I'm sorting out some things in the background, so don't mind me. By the way, guys, I've noticed I was doing a video earlier, recording it. Declan Rice being one of the Premier League's best players this season. Didn't really clock it, but take a look at his numbers. He's in the top 10 for tackles. He's top of West Ham's team for tackles, interceptions. He's in the top 15 for carries into the final third. I think he's in the top 10 for passes, progressive carries, and he's in the top 10 for progressive passes. In English, basically, that means he's doing a lot of ball progression and he's also doing a lot of defensive work. So, big up Declan Rice. Just making sure I get my notes up so I can give you guys all the info. For the people who want to see... who will want to come in to ask me questions, I will be providing a link in the chat very soon. Quinch is in. Hello, Quinch. I'm just going to keep this comment. I'm going to be reading your comments, guys, but I'm keeping this one tagged. Do not click off because I am not GM. I have to do this because I've not made an appearance on GNA for quite a bit. And there's some people, new people, I think we've reached 3K subs, who are clicking on and going, who's this guy? You're not GM. You're not my lovely Turkish man. So I have to win him back. Do you think Chelsea have any hidden gems we should watch out on? Kouaidou Kone of Borussia Mönchengladbach. If Chelsea, actually no, I was going to say Chelsea need a midfielder. You don't need a midfielder. You need a creative player. I'll get back to you on that. Want Milan to win so I can get my bet. What's your bet, Hassan? Let's see how much money you're about to lose. I think Milan are the favourites because they're unbeaten, but I think this is their biggest test of the season, I believe. Like their really big game. Kabak is Norwich's best attacker. Did you see his run? I did. Rudiger vibes, or Zuma vibes, rather. Making sure the lighting is getting good in my room. It's a bit difficult being pale, can't lie. Light doesn't really treat you nicely. Someone says Cuckoo. I'm just going to take this comment off now. Cucurella signing of the season so far. Now, I'm someone who's skeptical of him when he came in. I don't think he's been that good either. But he's all right. Yesterday, what his best asset is really is energy. And I know that's an overused term, but simply having higher stamina, high fitness levels, and being able to give output throughout the game is a really big one. Like, if anyone, you guys watched Liverpool v City, right? Velv, you can tell me, like, how absolutely knackered both teams were by the 85th minute. You could see it in their bones. They were done. Obviously, they played midweek, but Cucurella is someone who doesn't really get affected by that. Guys, if you're wondering, this is Jem's son. Yes, it is, but the man is married. You just need to wear a pineapple costume and everyone will not click off. Forgot anything close to that? I don't know. I don't want to dress strangely, because then people who've never seen me before will actually think I'm a genuine weirdo. Gabriel says good hydration. Listen, I talk a lot when it's just by myself, and gonna need to keep myself hydrated there. Both teams coming onto the pitch, by the way. ATALANTA. This is Milan. The good thing about these streams really is that you can do whatever you want. You can come and ask me questions, or you could just have it on in the background. And like, whatever happens, you're going to learn something new during the stream, because whatever it will be through questions people ask or through the analysis I provide of the game. So have that. Hassan says Livramento's the signing of the season. It's hard to disagree with that, because he has played very well for Southampton, but then Southampton haven't got a win yet. That's the only issue. So it's hard to say signing of the season, but he looks way too mature for an 18-year-old. I'll say that much. Incognito Football's in. I'm a big fan of you on Twitter. Rafael Leao watch. Yes, indeed. I'm just double checking my lineups here. Yes, Rafael Leao watch indeed. He's playing off the left-hand side, Brahim Diaz down the middle. I genuinely think we should get Bernardo Silva. Neo, what team do you support? Who is we in this scenario? Because I think I was just tweeting it before the game. I think Bernardo Silva is one of the most stupidly talented players in the Premier League, and I don't think he gets his credit. There were so many times that he completed 4 dribbles against Liverpool. For context, like, the average really is between 1 and 2. It's just the way he bypasses presses. You can't get the ball off Bernardo Silva when he's in the mood. Like, his feet work at such a high tempo that he dodges feet and tackles. Like, he was instrumental in that Foden chance where he took on like 4 people. So I've loved to, because Bernardo Silva as well, he was one of the people on City's list to they didn't want in the club, and it was one of the people on City's list they didn't want in the club over the summer. Like, he was going to be sold along with Sterling, but they didn't really find a financer. But if he can, if they can find, if someone can get him off their hands, then that'd be great. I'm currently, there we go. Sorry, you couldn't see that off screen. I've now got a flash in my eye just to make sure I'm that don't make a difference too much. What do you think of right, hang on. Yamba. What do you think of Xavier? Yeah, Xavier. I've heard of him before. I can't lie, I've not actually watched him too much. But he's in the first squad training. That's interesting. I mean, the thing is, it took our days to really see him getting in the first team, but it's good experience for him. I think Watford have a fetish of sacking managers. Now, I've got an opinion on this, and a thread will come out this week on it. I don't really have a problem with Watford sacking their manager. By the way, guys, the link will be in the chat soon. I don't have a problem with Watford sacking their manager so much. Okay, no. I do have a problem sacking him this early, but there were issues bubbling under the surface, and sacking a manager is blown up to be this thing where it's like, oh my God, it's like getting rid of a coach, and then you've got to get a new one, and you get him sent backwards. Really, Xisco's employed his coaching methods, and now Watford are going to get a new coach who'll help that squad elevate. Might not pay off, but generally sacking a manager isn't the worst thing, or this early it is. I'm going to put the link in the chat, people, so you can come in and have your say. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like the video, by the way. I know Jem begs you to do that. You guys are mature. I have to beg you. You know to do it. You'll know to do it. Hang on. Echo, turn on Smart Light 2. Or Echo, make Smart Light 2 white.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just trying to make me less blue a bit. I've got a blue light on and make it be a bit too pale. Do you know why Spurs is the best do you know why 4-2-3-1 is Spurs' best formation and how that came to be? Has it always been that way? And why did Nuno want to play 4-3-3 so badly? I think it's just because Pochettino drilled it into them, and most of the players there are still hangovers from the Pochettino era. So that's probably why it feels like 4-2-3 is the best formation. 4-3-3 can be. It just takes time. We've got Hassan in. Hello, Hassan. How are you? He's very good. We'll let his mic come on. Have you seen anything about Tawanda Mazwan? I've not heard that. Not heard that guy actually. Big Ron says, "Good evening, Euro expert," and everyone in the chat. Hello, Big Ron. That is what I got called in school. Big Ronald, well, tiny Ronald Weasley, because I'm a midget. I don't know if you guys saw the G&A video where we all linked up. I was one of the smallest. Oh, Milan breaking through early. Here's a goal in the first 30 seconds. Wow. Okay. Let's provide some analysis on that. I think that was Calabria. I believe that is Calabria. Let me just double check that, making sure I get my lineup up. What happened was, answering your lovely question, people, I turned to the right and I see Milan just breaking through the Atalanta defence. It was Calabria. He's burst through the midfield, waiting for the replays to come in. Oh, Hassan's back in. Hassan, your mic work. Oh, he's left. Yeah, it's a great ball threaded through. And Calabria, he's made an outside run. It's poor goalkeeper from Musu. He's not really held the ball too well. It's Brahim Diaz, I think, who fed in the ball. So it wasn't the keeper so much. Teo Hernandez has threaded the ball through to Calabria. It's a very nice last-minute tackle, actually, from an Atalanta defender, but it doesn't quite pay off. It bounces into Musu, and it falls back to Calabria. It just hits it in. 1-0 Milan inside the first 30 seconds. Wow. That's a good... Every time we do a game on this channel, it absolutely bangs. Absolutely bangs. Thoughts on Kaide Gordon being better than... Don't know those. For Euro expert, I should know more people. But you can't know everyone. You can't know everyone. Hassan, this is your third attempt.
Hey, you accidentally clicked off myself, man. I wanted Milan to win. Come on, Milan.
Wow, there you go. You got a good start. How have you been?
Yeah, I've been fine, man. It's been a crazy week, eh? With the whole, in terms of like teams losing. Like Bayern lost today. I was shocked about that.
Did they?
Yeah, Bayern lost 2-1.
Oh, geez. I didn't realize they actually lost in the end. Wow. Continue.
Yeah, and I don't know why. I just like looking at in terms of bets and the betting score, and they had them clear flavors. Like if you were to put £10 or somewhere, you would only get like £1.50 back in terms of winning.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's even that high.
Damn, bro. I'm like thinking like whoever put Bayern to lose must have made good money.
I think Bayern lost to Frankfurt last season as well, actually.
Yeah. They lost. No. I think it was Hoffenheim, their biggest loss last season.
Really?
4-1. 4-1. I don't think they've lost any higher than that.
That makes sense to me. That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean Salah bagged in a Messi-like goal, man. Exactly the same like Boateng, the one against Bayern with Boateng.
Yeah, it was the way. It's just the way. I've not seen him have that good close control before, because usually he just powers through on goal.
Yeah. Normally he just paces his way. Like he just uses his pace, but today, man, that was a goal.
Yeah.
If that was Messi, that would be all over the internet.
It did, because there's a question in the Atalanta game. I'll answer in a second, but there was a question on Twitter this week that was like Neymar or Salah, and my first instinct to that is that they're totally different players. But after today, I was like, Salah did a very Neymar-like thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to answer this. Do you think Atalanta will be able to dominate United like Villarreal, or will it be the other way around? Of course, We know United are more clinical. Just double checking though. Yeah, Atalanta and United's group. I almost forgot. That's another reason to tune in for this one.
I've always said that Atalanta are a very underrated team, because they've got quality players, and I don't think no one talks about them that much.
I think they get talked about more now by
Yeah.
people like you who are like, this seems really good and underrated.
And
go on.
I was gonna say, bro, I was keeping an eye on him like for the last few years, and I quite like their player Gosens, because I feel like he could have done what Marcos Alonso is doing right now, but way better on that left side.
Well, like, attack and actually be able to defend.
Yeah, with this pace. And correct me if I'm wrong. I remember, I think it was last season or the season before. In terms of key passes, he was like top 10 across top 5 in the top 5 leagues.
He might have been, to be fair, because he does bomb forward on that left, but he might have been impacted by the guy who's. I think he's injured for this game.
Yeah, he's injured.
He's impacted by the guy who's currently left. Mailer as well, who's obviously doing really well. To answer this question, I think Atalanta are a little bit chaotic to dominate, but they could just cut you open. Like watching the Milan game right now, Milan have already scored inside the first 30 seconds. They've just countered Atalanta, and Brahim Diaz just had his shot blocked. So dominate's a strong word, but I feel like Atalanta could do the most damage, maybe.
And I'm not gonna lie, man. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, these last couple of games, man. Like, I can't really say that United could dominate them or you understand what I'm saying, Alex? Like, with Ole right now, I feel like they're going through a phase what we went through with Lampard. Like, you just don't know when they're gonna score. We have to put the game to bed.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Actually, I think with Ole as well, it's like I tweeted earlier. It was with Ole. The thing is with him is that he's earned the right for another year. But if there was a vacancy, for City, United, Chelsea, Liverpool, Ole would not be on the list. Like, he wouldn't even be on the long list. But he's earned his status. He's in opposition. By the way, someone asked in the comments.
Could I ask you something? Like, what do you think about Zinedine Zidane to United? Do you think that would work?
That's a dream move. I think Zidane to United's a perfect move. If they got him in, I think United could win the league because he'd work it out.
Zidane, I'm not gonna lie, man. Zidane and Champions League, that's a different ball game, especially if he has United and Ronaldo.
Yeah, that's a good point. Someone asked in the comments, do you guys know how we're getting calls? That was I Want Luck FC. What you have to do, mate, is click this link, and it's just been put into the chat, and that's how you can do it. So I'm just going to quickly rocket through some comments as well.
Yeah, no.
So what minute are you watching on? My game's currently on the 7th minute. Atalanta beat Milan. Mo is one of the best inverted wingers in the business. Not everyone who plays that role knows how to be effective in the position. Yeah, I understand what you mean. I think he would generally get described more as an inside forward, but then we're just being picky there. But it's really hitting me now how good Mo Salah is, because he's one of those players he scores and scores and scores. Maybe it's because he's carrying my FPL team every week. Gasparini's out of contract next season. Wow, I didn't realise that. I'd expect him. So, for anyone who doesn't know, Gasparini's the manager of Atalanta, and as Hassan was mentioning about Atalanta's rise, Gasparini's the architect behind that. Really intelligent manager, and he's got them playing this interactive style. Look, right now, he's got them going through big interception from Calabria. If he's out of contract,
I don't know if they.
Go on.
No, go on, finish your point, sorry. Because I was gonna switch topic. I was gonna mention a different manager that's coming in apparently with the Ranieri to Watford.
Oh,
because that's what I've been hearing.
That's ropes. That's ropes. But by the way, Hassan, and anyone else who comes into the stream, if you have something to say in units or ups, don't do the pause where I pause and go, no, continue. Just go for it. Go for it. We'll keep
no. Because I wanted you to finish it. Then it's kind of rude.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all good. It's all good. But if Gasparini's out of contract and he doesn't sign a new one, then that'd be a great replacement for maybe not United, but excellent for Leicester. That'd actually be amazing. But it's only about his English. We need to know how good his English is. Title says Atlanta. Oh, for goodness sake, Jeb. We need to change that. Don't blame me for that, Ewan. Blame Big Gem. It's disgraceful. He's spelling there.
Yeah,
He only knows the Premier League.
So apparently Ranieri to Watford's a done deal.
My God.
Watford to win
At
the
the
league.
beginning of the day, I heard Chris Wilder.
Yeah, Watford to win the league. Yeah.
Jeez. Oh no! It's ropes. It's ropes. I can't change the title. It's going to be stuck, misspelled because Gem can't spell. Save changes. No. Yeah. Right. You and I hate you, but thank you for pointing that out. It's a bloody bummer that I can't change this. Atalanta. Broadcast is already live. Save changes. Oh, goodness sake. Oh well.
Just change the name to Gem is a fraud as a title.
Yeah, I can't even change the title. I can't change it. He's ruined it. I'm coming for him after. Right, no, guys. Gem usually comments in the chat, right? He usually comes in on his own YouTube account. When he comes in, don't give him love. Say, why can't you spell? Just like don't no love. I don't want any love for him. Just say, why can't you spell? Atlanta, yeah, ignore it, Big Ron. Right, Gasparini's next level manager. I think he's suited to the Italian league. Can't see him going abroad. Yeah, that's kind of feel. You have to learn a new language. Depends if you can speak the language or not. Cheers, lads. I'm like I see no problem. Zidane has no affinity with United. He will never manage us. He's not a manager for the Big Ron's a United fan. He will only manage Madrid or the French national team. Hassan, what do you think on
that? Sorry about that. What did you say?
Zidane has no affinity with United. He never manage any team outside of Madrid or French national team. Do you agree with that?
I kind of disagree because I believe that if Zidane comes in, he'd want to manage like everything, like in terms of transfers and stuff. And from what I've remembered, like when he was linked with obviously our club, and apparently there was terms and conditions he wanted control of transfers, how much he was wanting. Like if United offered him 200 million in terms of spending and give him the players that he wants, I think he'd come.
Yeah, I hear you. I think as well.
Your United's only worry is if he doesn't win anything in a season, would he walk out the door? That's the only worry for them.
I think it was Zidane as well. It's like, I don't know. Who would have predicted that Pep Guardiola would have gone to Manchester City when he burst out of the doors at Barcelona? Like, I think Zidane's got hunger for success that will mean that can take him beyond the borders. So
I was gonna say, right, Zidane and Cristiano Ronaldo man are United. Like, I mean, personally, I know a lot of people say Champions League's harder to win, but United have got the individual brilliance and quality from each position for them to score a goal. And Zidane, if every other team was offering him and United was there, I think it'd take United. Because Ronaldo's there as well. And him and Ronaldo together, man.
Yeah,
that's set up for a Champions League win.
I agree with that, actually. I think Ronaldo's the affinity there. X says I'll give Ranieri 5 games at Watford. Oh my God, I've got to keep up with things. The sexy expert, Pep or Klopp. It's annoying now because whenever anyone mentions Pep, I just think of No New Thing off Twitter, that the Arsenal fan who's got Pep as his AVI and his profile picture, and all he does is throw complicated words into sentences and tells other people they're wrong. I need to detox my brain. Pep or Klopp? Right now, neither. I'd say Tuchel. I think Tuchel's a better coach than both of them. Actually, you know what? No. That's a bit.
No, answer the question, man. Stop dodging it.
I know it's a thinking question. I'm going to go with Klopp. I think Klopp's better than Pep. I think Klopp's a better manager than Pep because he's shown he's won the Champions League. He's shown Pep overthinking things is obviously his common trait, but it feels a bit like a pundit criticism, right? But he genuinely does. Like the Champions League final, there's no other explanation for it other than he wanted to try and be clever, and it completely backfired. Klopp wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
If Klopp was against Chelsea in that semi-final, he wouldn't have lost 1-0.
He would pick Rodri and put him in DM.
Exactly. Yeah. And like, what happened when City played Rodri against Chelsea? It worked. They won. So it was silly. Have you seen the rumours of Southgate? Fuck off. That's never happening.
I would love it to happen.
That would be hilarious. That would be a way to destroy your credibility. Eurotrips is in. That's a very good podcast.
With the whole Pep and Klopp situation, I feel like it really depends on what club, because if your club has unlimited budget, you'd pick Pep because Pep wins consistently in terms of domestic trophies and etc. But Klopp is more like, I wouldn't say versatile, but he's a lot more better when it comes to budgets and transfers, as you see with Liverpool, Dortmund, Mainz, etc. Like his career.
And I feel like the only reason Klopp hasn't won the league every year is because Pep's been in it, so it's kind of been shared between them. Yeah. Just go to the game. Zapata, by the way, him and Muriel last season were like, mainly Muriel. You looked at like the goal scorers in Europe. Muriel was like ahead of Messi. It was insane. And Zapata just ran through and tested the gloves of the Milan keeper. It was quite fun. For the people looking for an update, in fact, Zappacosta's on the right now. See, Atalanta, they're just like the fun thing about them is how vertical they play. They've just got so many men forward, like at the moment. But Milan, by the way, because they won in the Champions League, right, against I can't remember who they were at home to. I think it was Atletico. Milan look very good this season. I'm just double checking it now. Milan. Oh no, sorry, they lost. Milan, at the same time, they've got Zlatan out injured, and I think a couple other players. But Maignan in goal, Brahim Diaz on form. I'm excited for this team. Could go well in the Europa League. Ultra Parisian says Salah's better than Neymar. That's quite damning, to be fair.
I mean, currently he is, man. He's technically, like, if you don't include Ronaldo and Messi, he's technically a monster. These last couple of years, he's been so consistent the last 5 years.
Yeah, I think. See, previous to today, my insight on the Salah Neymar thing. By the way, President, this is a good game to watch. Yeah, it's pretty good actually. It's quite entertaining. My thing on Salah Neymar. Before today, it was Salah's been way more consistent, but Neymar can do things with a ball that very few players in football can. And like against City, everyone waved about Verratti, who was easy man of the match. But a big part of the reason why PSG won that game was Neymar just taking it around people with ease. Like no one could get the ball off of him. And until today, I felt like Salah couldn't do that, but he did it against City. So it's hard to say couldn't. Oh, good block there from Kessié. Atalanta pushing. They're stretching this Milan defence now. It looks like it's going to be a goal from Atalanta, actually. Nice ball forward. Got the centre-back into the box there. And then Milan go for the counter. We'll head back to the comments now. Big Ron says, Pep is the master. No manager has innovated the game as much as him, and I'm a United fan. I think Klopp might have something to say about that. I don't know. Oh, Brahim Diaz forcing a good save. Milan went on a counter and did well there. Let's not compare Pep, Klopp, Gerrard, just enjoy them. Ewan's a big Rangers fan. People saying Chelsea had a tougher run. Arsenal and Spurs are not difficult.
I mean, to be honest, we did kind of have a tough run compared to everyone else.
Yeah, I think Chelsea had Chelsea. I'm sorry, like even though Arsenal and Spurs aren't in a good spot, they're still tougher than Norwich.
Arsenal were our bogey team. We had Arsenal, Liverpool, Juventus, and City in the space of a few weeks.
Exactly, and it's not even like, look, with hindsight, obviously, Arsenal and Tottenham, especially Tottenham, were not strong games. But it's more the level of preparation you have to put in for a game against Norwich compared to the preparation you have to put in against Spurs differs heavily. Like Spurs have got Harry Kane and Son who could just end the game. So it was a very hard run, Velf. I disagree there. Disagree. Oh, Parisian's gone more on Neymar. Neymar plays like an idiot sometimes. When he thinks he's a midfielder, it hurts us. I think he means. I'm guessing what you mean when he drops very, very deep. I understand that. I can harm them. How are we doing, mate? We're doing good. Thank you, Eurotrips. Atalanta with a corner and save. That was Zapata from the corner. Forces a big save there from Mangon. In-swinging corner. I think that's Tomori's man. Tomori let Zapata go free. Yeah, he's not the best from Tomori. Atalanta should be 1-1. Hassan, I'll throw this one to you. Tammy Abraham or Dominic Calvert-Lewin?
This is a weird one because since obviously I've watched Tammy for for the last couple of years, and it really depends because if we're doing what I feel like at the moment it's DCL mainly because
really
for me it's just because of DCL in terms of heading ability, what he's done for the league. He's done a lot more than Tammy, I feel like. And all-round striker, I think DCL slightly better. Tammy, the thing is though, I feel like Aroma, he will definitely improve because he's transformed there. I think give it a few years and I think, or even a few months actually, give it a few more months and Tammy will edge it over DCL. But at the moment, based on what I've seen in the league, I haven't seen enough in terms of Roma. I feel like I need a bit more games. But I feel like DCL's edges it. But I don't know about you, Alex.
I think DCL probably edges it at the moment because Calvert-Lewin is a more experienced player. I think he's actually not. How old dealt with Calvert-Lewin? I think Calvert-Lewin, he's younger than you think. I'm just double checking this just to compare because Tammy's like 24. Calvert-Lewin's 24 as well. Double checking Tammy Abraham. Okay, Calvert-Lewin's 24. They're both 24 years old. I don't know. Maybe Abraham's got off to a good start in Rome. I think he's scored 3 goals now, and he scored a very nice goal against Lazio, where it was like the ball had gone behind him with a cross, and he kind of flicked it back round with the outside of his boot into the net. And I watched that and thought, okay, this guy's doing very good. But I think Calvert-Lewin's maybe a bit more accomplished. Like we think of Tammy as a young player, and the fact we think of Dominic Calvert-Lewin, someone like 26, 27, kind of shows how well Tammy's Calvert-Lewin's done. DCL's a heading merchant, Quinch says. That's a bit harsh. Nipan had the date of birth of Calvert-Lewin on the log. Someone's a big fan.
Yeah, I was gonna say with the whole Calvert-Lewin thing, I feel like Tammy, when I watched him, I was like, he's not ready for Chelsea. I feel like he was going to do what Lukaku does, or he's going to be one of them late bloomers where when they hit about 27, 28, that's when they start becoming good. But at Roma, I'm glad he's gone because he just was at Chelsea level. Like, I know people rip apart Werner saying this and that, but let's be real about Werner was a lot more, in terms of tactics, a lot more useful than Tammy under Tuchel.
When the thing between them two is a good one, actually. Thanks to 22 people watching, by the way, because I thought the stream wouldn't go so well, but we've got a lot of people in and I appreciate it. The thing with Tammy and Werner, what I like about him, when Tammy isn't scoring, I think he's taking away from the team because his hold-up play isn't very good. When Werner isn't scoring, I think he adds a lot to the team still because of his runs. And I think it's understated how good he's been, creative-wise. That his cut, even there was a cutback late on against City. I can't remember who it was for, but even in the game before as well, the Premier League game before, I think he assisted someone quite late on. It might have been Lukaku or someone, but it was quite late on and he made a direct cutback.
Lukaku.
It was Lukaku.
Yeah.
Werner's vision's been great this season. I think.
Yeah. And he did that long pass as well. Like in the first half, I was like, "Yo, this guy's against Southampton. I think it was somewhere about 30 minutes in or something. He did that long pass when he dropped in deep. I was like, yeah, this guy's he's looking like he wants to redeem himself.
Yeah, exactly. Also, should update the people. It's been a substitution at Atalanta, so it's just had to come off. And I was just trying to double check who it was.
Like 10 seconds behind you.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you can tell me. So it's just come off on a stretcher.
Yeah.
Couldn't quite tell who it was.
Now.
For the people wondering, like, why can't he tell who it is? I am watching the TV on mute, so I've got no insight, and I'm going through your comments as well, but still providing some analysis. Because Atalanta, Milan's defense is doing pretty good, bar that Tomori incident on the corner. Milan are defending quite narrowly, which I like. There's so many players in this Milan side that are really gonna go on for big things. Like, you've got Sandro Tonali and Kessié in midfield. Obviously, Kessié's contract's up next season. But you've got Teo Hernandez, Rafael Leao, and Brahim Diaz, who I said already is the top scorer this season. He's just got an assist today. There's a lot of talent in this side. A lot of talent. I'll be able to check it now, actually, timeline. It was Pessina's out and Pezzella's in. Pessina went off in a stretcher, injured. Let's go back to the comments now. TCL's just the English Klose. That's not an insult. Klose was like the top. I think he is the top scorer at World Cup. So that'd be too mean on him. Tammy on a good day is Carlton Code 2. My God, the chat is slewing people today. Absolutely slowing people. Absolutely slowing people. There was a comment I wanted to highlight though. Atalanta getting pammed by my team. Pam my team this Tuesday. God save my team. I'd expand on that, Fadhil. I don't know what you mean there. It gets on for Italian football knowledge. Yep, Eurotrips podcast, very good for football knowledge. It's one that I appear on. Just got to promo that. But these guys are just having a bit of a chat there. Let's go back to the game for a bit. Do
you know the score for Lyon? By any chance?
Score for Lyon v Saint Etienne. It's 0-0 at the moment. That's where he's the most boring man in the world. So I genuinely can't go into it too much because it will reduce the view count right now from 20 to 2. But the Saint Etienne manager Claude Puel, former Leicester Southampton manager, he's on the verge of getting sacked. Like, his football's so bad. I can't wait till he stops managing football teams. I genuinely can't. I just thought I'd throw that in there. Oh, thoughts on Florian Wirtz. I've got a short video coming out on him later this week, mate. And he's got like 8 goals and assists from. He's probably gone up now because Leverkusen are playing. He's got like 8 goals and assists from like 2 XG. In fact, let's double check it. Leverkusen are playing right now, and 3-0 Leverkusen, and Wirtz has another assist. Yeah, crazy stuff. From Florian Wirtz, doing really good. Your expert put in a long comment earlier about Pep. Could you answer it? Could you just, whereabouts is it? Let's see if we can find it. Oh, I don't know why Pep stops doing this thing when KDB is just outside the box. Both centre-backs play like strikers. He did that for 2 games, and Diaz scored 3 times, and Stones almost scored. Can you expand on that? You probably are describing something that I'd recognise, but I can't remember it from that comment. How is Tomori doing? Tomori, yep, we were talking about earlier. The Milan defence is doing okay in open play, but Atalanta's best chance came from a header from a corner. I've got another corner now. And Tomori lost his man in Duvan Zapata, and he should have scored. It was like a big free header. Manuel's just punched that corner away, though. What's your favourite team in the Prem? I'm not going to be complete boring and say I'm a neutral, even though I am. But I'll say my favourite team at the moment are Crystal Palace, just to watch. They've gone from the team everyone avoids to the team everyone wants to watch now. It's so much fun. Hassan, I don't know if you have any thoughts on Palace.
I rated that Leicester game, man. They were 2-0 down as well. And it's I'm not gonna lie, if that was any other manager, they were down and out.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I think it was a combination of Leicester being really bad, but also Palace. momentum's just with Palace. I think it's going well. Ron's asked another question. Why do you think Sancho has not hit the ground running? He seems like a shadow of himself. Is this due to the player or Oli, just a transitional period? I think it's all three. Sancho didn't score for 3 months in the Bundesliga last season, like the first 3 months, I believe. And there's kind of similar questions popping up. So I think right now there's
to be fair, I was going to say that there have been a lot of Bundesliga players that came here and are just not used to the Premier League. Like, people say that Sancho would be prem-proven as soon as he comes back, but what they don't realize is he's been playing Bundesliga for the last 4 or 5 years, and I doubt it's like a Lukaku where he's temporarily for like 2 years gone to Inter and come back. He's been playing there for like 90% of his professional career, so I think it's going to take time.
Also, like a more simple thing about the Bundesliga is they have the worst goalkeepers in Europe. That's not a bland statement. There's a stat called post-shot expected goals, which measures the quality of shot on target faced by keepers.
I was gonna say, Alex, is it not partially due to their high line as well?
Maybe, but this stat purely looks at the quality of shot a goalkeeper faces. For example, like if a shot's going into the top corner, it'll have a PSXG of 0.9, like 90% chance of going in. If it's going like here and I like blunder it in, it's got like a 1% chance of going in, or like 0.1. And I did a data study into this of the top 5 leagues over the past 4 seasons, and what I discovered was that the Bundesliga's goalkeepers, they had let in the most goals they shouldn't have let in out of any league in Europe, out of any of the big 5 leagues. It wasn't like a massive difference, but the overall conclusion and statement for it was that a player going from the Bundesliga to the Premier League can expect to score 2 less goals, which obviously it doesn't come out like, oh, Sancho scored 30 goals last season, he's going to score 28 this season. But it's just an inclination of the differences in differences in the league. There are minimal differences between top 5 leagues like Bundesliga, Premier League, Serie. We're watching what we're watching right now, but there is a bit of a level up in the Premier League, just like a small one, just in like
it's a lot more physical. like what Higuain once said, like the defenders here are like wardrobes, man.
What did he say?
What he said. No, because apparently he said to it might have been Messi or someone, but he said that he struggled in the Premier League because the players were like wardrobes, hard to get past, and they just constantly foul you.
I thought I misheard you. I didn't realize he actually said wardrobes. Wow.
Wait, what did you think I said?
I don't know. I was just like, I just assumed it was something.
Oh, wait, Bayer Leverkusen is 4-0.
Wait, what?
I said Bayer Leverkusen have scored in the 90th minute.
Oh, thank you. I thought you said the Lyon game. I was like, bloody hell, they've scored 4 goals in like 10 seconds. Bobby was watching Sunday TV Lyon. Apparently, it's boring. Yeah, this game's a bit better. I think someone's just gone down now in the box. Actually, I think that's Salamakas. Racing Milan could have had a penalty. Half an hour gone. Been quite a few big chances actually. I mentioned the Zapata one. There was one in the first 30 seconds where Milan got their goal. Atalanta like stretching this Milan defense. Milan are trying to counter attack. It's quite a bit of fun. I'd say maybe keep an eye on. Like, it's interesting. Keep an eye on Rafael Leao because he's someone as well who you think is quite quick Portuguese striker. I imagine his FIFA card definitely resembles that. But he's a big guy. You can look at him. Franck Kessié and him on the pitch. Leao's the bigger guy and he's at left wing. I find that quite cool.
And it's full time. 4-0.
4-2. Who scored the last goal?
4-0.
I tried refreshing it. It didn't come up on who scored. Let's have a look. Hasn't come up quite yet. I'm sure it will in a minute. Let's go back to the questions while you can find that out for me, Hassan. Faith seems to watch the Bundesliga by Leverkusen, who we were just talking about. I've got a video coming out next week on Musa Diaby. Who's better in your opinion, Joe Gomez or Konate? Oh God, who knows? No one sees them. I haven't watched enough of them play. Absolutely no idea.
Just say Gomez.
Yes, Gomez. Why not? Gomez. English tax. Why not? Best formation ever? There's a lot of fun questions coming in. I think it's that 2-3-2-3 should be implemented. Well, I don't see many flaws with it. I like the formation that Marseille are playing right now, where they're playing a 3-2-4-1. That literally a 4-2-3-1 upside down. It's hilarious.
Best formation ever. I think that's subjective based on the era of football.
Yeah. If you're a Burnley fan, it's 4-4-2.
If you remember, I think it was Hungary that played the WW formation.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, wow. Someone's been reading up on football.
Yeah, and from there, I think it went from there to a 4-4-2. Or was it? 4-4-2 was dominant for a while. Then Mourinho came in with the lone striker and two wingers. And then from there, it went from a 4-3-3. Was that the Netherlands?
I think the 4-3-3 was 4-3 was early. I think Mourinho's big revolution was the 4-2-3-1, having those two DMs, basically shithousing it. Because he played that. It was like the 05-06 season, 04-05 season for Chelsea. He played that. That's when Chelsea got like Czech conceded like 15 goals because they did these two DMs and another midfielder. And nobody knew what to do.
And correct me if I'm wrong, they only considered, was it a penalty or something? That was the only loss.
Really? I don't know that.
It might have been it was Man City 1-0, but I don't know if it was a normal goal or a penalty.
God,
I don't know.
Chelsea could have been unbeatables. Apparently, Demirbay scored. Thank you, Sanjeev.
I didn't know how to pronounce his name.
Demirbay. Can Messi do it in a rainy night in Stoke? Yes, he can. Do you know what I've realised? The Messi Ronaldo. I got launched into the Messi Ronaldo debate, by the way. Not like specifically me. It's like I wasn't on the planet with them, but like I tweeted about Messi's performance today for PSG. In like 60 minutes, he was just ridiculous. He was so good in terms of trying not to use superlative so much. He created like there's a stat called expected assists, which measures the quality of chance a player creates. And in the Premier, basically Messi created better chances than like all Premier League players, bar the top 100, have done all season in an hour again for PSG against Rennes. And like every ball that went through him, he was just dipping it into other players. Mbappe and Di Maria should have scored 2 each. And I tweeted about it, and I think the tweet's on like 1,000 likes at the moment. And it's just like so many people with Ronaldo profile pictures coming in going, "Oh, he couldn't do it. He couldn't do this. He couldn't do that." And I'm just like, it's so immature. One, because Messi is better than Ronaldo, and two, it's just like it's not that deep.
And just to add on to that, man, people need to get the difference between athlete and footballer. 2 separate things, man. Don't try to mix it, because Messi, in terms of ability and the potential, he's arguably the best footballer. Well, the best outfield player to have ever played on the pitch. And if you have a Messi-like ability, you're going to be one of the greatest of all time. Whereas Ronaldo's hard work and consistency, I don't see like the goals that Messi produced against like Man City and stuff like that. I don't see Ronaldo doing that.
Messi's goal against Ronaldo City was unbelievable.
That's just classic Messi, man.
Exactly. Also, like the cold, rainy night in Stoke thing. Like, why do we in the UK think like every other country in the world has like 30-degree weather? Like in France, there are some horrible places to play in. Like, have you seen the games at the moment? The fans just keep beating up players and other fans. Like, go on.
Alex, man, it's not Stoke, man.
It's worse than Stoke. At least Stoke fans don't actually physically attack you. Like League One is on another level at the moment. So let's give him that. Doctor said about my point on Diaz and Stones playing out strikers. If you go to Man City 2-1 last season, you can see example of the Premier League. I might do that in my spare time then. Whose trophy drought ends first? Tottenham's or England's? I reckon
England, based on consistency.
I think England's. Yeah, I think England's actually. And no, it's safer bet probably be Tottenham. I think Tottenham will pick up something. I did a video recently on Daniel Levy, and see they've only won 1 trophy in the Levy era, but in like the 10 years before he took over, they finished like 15th, 13th, 12th, 11th, 15th, like so mid-table. And after he's taken over, they've just kind of hit top 6, top 4, like top 8, top 6, top 4. So I don't know. Tottenham, I think, are probably closer because England winning a trophy means they have to get lucky. Anyone who wins a World Cup or a Euros means you have to get some form of luck. Where I don't know, Tottenham, I guess it's a bit, you rely on a bit less luck to win a League Cup or like an FA Cup. I don't know. Obviously, they're not winning a League Cup now, but yeah. Ultra British said blame it on Marseille. It's all the fans, really, isn't it? We're going to focus on the game. We've got 5 minutes. 5 minutes left. Hassan's my co-commentator. He's about 5 seconds behind.
Yep, I'm 10 actually, but
10 seconds behind. I love it. Go. Still 1-0 Milan. Still 1-0. There was a good run I didn't comment on earlier. I think it was Rebic charging through and Demiral made a very good, not so much tackle, but he just defended very well and got it out of the box. And I think the rune's just gone into the book. He's got a very, I can add a bit of knowledge here because Darun's going a bit aggressive with the ref. Now, I've been reading the book recently. Calcio, I'll get it on camera. The history of, I'm not sure you can read it on that. The history of Italian football. And the thing I've learned is in Italy, you know how the saying is innocent until proven guilty? Referees are assumed corrupt until proven otherwise. So in Italy, there's books published, like comedy books, of like over the years, different times referees have been attacked on the pitch. Like referees are regularly just having to hide in the dressing room and wait for the police to bail them out because both teams are just ready to beat the hell out of them. So if in Italy, if you see players or fans be extra aggressive towards a referee, you can kind of understand that the culture there, it's so different. Like we think that we're harsh to Mike Dean. In Italy, a referee like Mike Dean, he would have been hunted down. Like I'm not exaggerating. Like the things I've been reading about, there's referees who've they've got off the train station for a game and they just get beaten up.
Alex, have you heard about the Brazil one?
No, I have not.
Yeah. He ended up putting a body bag because he ended up match fixing in it. Brazil is worse, man.
See, that's the thing. It was like it was like in Italy. I imagine Brazil there was match fixing. In Italy there was a big match fixing scandal, but there's generally not been too many episodes of it. It's just a load of conspiracy theories.
Yeah, bro. But
I imagine, like you said, in Brazil it's worse.
Yeah. But all I'm gonna say, bro, English refs are the English refs.
Oh, hang on, we have to interrupt. Milan through on goal. It's a goal for AC Milan. Sandro Tonali.
Bring in my money, man.
Press the Atalanta defense well. Won it. It was the defensive error, I believe, for Palomino. Tonali just charges straight through on goal. Makes a very nice finish. That's his second goal of the season, I believe. Wow. Wow, indeed. Going to get a replay up on that in a second. That means the current score is Atalanta 0, AC Milan 2. Oof. I guess it's just popping up for you right now, Hassan.
Yeah. Bring in my money.
Yeah, it was a defensive error actually from Remo Freuler, the midfielder. He was caught at the back and he tried to turn away from Tonali, who pressed very nicely, won the ball and made a very nice finish actually. Straight over Musso. I'm not gonna lie.
I was gonna say, right, I'm not gonna lie, but I expected Atalanta to win it because I think they were favourites going into this game.
Yeah, well, Milan are currently unbeaten and it looks like it's going to stay that way.
Fun fact, whenever Milan, I think this is the second time in history that Milan would go into a game after losing a UCL game, and the first time they did it, they lost to Juventus after that game. So I think people will be superstitious, like in the betting companies and stuff, and put Atalanta's favourites.
Wow, that's fair enough. But yeah, so That's Tonali's second goal of the season. Some people coined him as the new Pirlo, but that comparison is a bit edgy. We are just gonna make sure go through the comments as well because kind of getting off it there. Sorry, guys. Stoke fans aren't quick enough to get to the pitch. They'll be out of the breath. Fucking hell, it's a bit mean. Messi, was he all out? I'll be a Dennis advocate. He bankrupted Barcelona extortion. Not particularly because you can with Barcelona right now. Genuinely, like I've been watching Barcelona. It was like the third game of the season at the new camp. They were allowed 40,000 fans and 27,000 turned up on like at 8 p.m. on a Monday evening. So there's time to get there. But Messi definitely is like he was carrying Barcelona financially.
Yeah. And just to let you know, in 4 years, Messi made £572 million.
There you go.
Exactly.
People
like anyone, and didn't PSG make like not PSG particularly, but
Michael Jordan.
No, not Michael Jordan. Who's their main sponsors that make shirts? Is it Adidas?
Yeah, it's Michael Jordan.
Is it Adidas? No, Adidas.
Oh, right.
Is it Adidas or Nike?
I think it's let's be fair. I was very sure it was Michael
I think
Jordan.
it's Adidas. And Adidas made like a couple of $100 million shirt sales.
Oh no, it is Michael Jordan. The main sponsor is Michael Jordan because
they only get 5%.
Ah, fair, okay, but what me and Hassan are debating over is I know the thing you're talking about. The figure was 150 million on like day one.
Yeah, exactly. They made like something ridiculous
of Messi's shirt sales. That's what we're getting to. Big one says Euro Expert. Check out the Golazzo podcast on Spotify. Great expos on the history of Italian football. I might look into that. I try. Euro Expert kind of name kind of implies. I try and differentiate my my interest. So obviously I'm reading this at the moment. The next book I'm going to read is probably about Eastern European football. I think I'm getting into that. So just try and level up in all aspects. UK bookies did not take bets on Italian football. Not sure if that has changed now, but too much max fixing goes to Serie. An interesting thing I've read from in Andrea Pirlo's autobiography. I read he himself said, I'm quoting him, I believe all Serie B and C matches are rigged. So like the equivalent is imagine I'm trying to think of a good example. Imagine Wayne Rooney came out and said, yeah, every championship game's rigged. It's all match fixed. That's the equivalent of it. It is a bit crazy in Italy. But then again, like I said, that maybe that is just the conspiracy theory side. It's hard to tell. Ref is a dangerous job. I wonder if they pay you more for the risks. I don't think they do, sadly. People cheering for Tonali. What's up, mate? Juve fan tuning in. Hello, RB Comps. Thank you for tuning in. How do you feel as a Juve fan? I watched you against Torino and you kind of got wiped apart. Locatelli saved you quite late on. PSG is Nike. Figures you're quoting more suspect. No, rather, me and Hassan both had the same figure on it. It was 150 million that's quoted. It's not to say PSG got all of that, but that's what was generated off Messi sales. And you have to remember that I went to get a Messi shirt like a week later, and it was still £100, or like 120 euros. They're charging so much. Anyway, half time between Atalanta v AC Milan. Now, for the people interested in the game, I'm going to provide you some halftime analysis, and we're going to go for the challenge of not having an ad break, which is where actual broadcasters get to prepare. So, Hassan, what did you think of the game? That's my co-commentator.
I kind of expected Atalanta to give a game, man. And as far as I'm aware, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's individual mistakes that have been costing them.
Yeah, mostly. The first goal was quite a good play, but the second goal from Tonali was an individual mistake.
But fair play for Milan for taking the chances, because you gotta have to take the chances.
Exactly, yeah. And let's get people in the comments what they're saying. Oh, RB Comment says, I disagree. I think overall we're a better team, fully deserved to win. Allegri also scored, took on Wednesday, in my opinion. I don't know. I think Chelsea were just. I think Juve's defense was much better than Chelsea's. I don't think it was too much. No, it's hard to say. Maybe you're right there, but I don't know. I think first half especially. Go on.
Juventus's defense was wicked, man. Like, they kept us quiet. That's all they did. Chiellini and Bonucci, man.
Yeah, exactly.
What can you say, man? Underrated. Juventus is Thiago Silva right there, man.
But that was the thing. That was the thing yesterday. So Juventus played Torino. I think me and RB Cobbs talking about, like, first off, Torino. I think first off, Torino deserved to win. They deserved to score. They were dominating. I think they hit the post as well. Second half, Juve kind of got back into it. But yeah, that was a really good game to watch. Ultra Prison says the game is done. Don't be so sure because this is Atalanta and there's a better record
it's
here.
Football, man. The beauty of football.
Every game we do on this channel just goes mental. The last game was Marseille and the fans broke down the advertising borders and cancelled the match.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Did I leave the stream when it was like 3-0?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I left the stream when I was like 3-0, right? I was about to come back and I saw it was 3-3 and then I saw the fans throwing stuff. I was like, yo, what kind of game is this? I bet Alex is having a good time watching that.
And then the first game we ever done on this channel was like Lille v Lyon, and it was like 3-2 last gasp winner. So I've had this comment before. Did you see the player in the 4th Austrian league got a red and then broke the ref's nose and got 48 match ban? Why so specific? A 48 match ban?
That's lucky, you know, because I think and I won 1750, so big up Milan, man.
Yeah, it's see. Just won £40. I bet AC Milan win. Will Lukaku scored a big game? Yeah, he will. Now let's provide some analysis towards the game between Milan and Atalanta. Now, obviously, it's been a bit swayed because Atalanta, Milan went 1-0 up very early on. Just going to try and zoom in for you guys here. But you can see Atalanta obviously having a bit more shots, but are they of high quality? Not so much. There was a blocked shot. This was the header from Zapata. That was a big chance, definitely the biggest chance of the game, I'd say. And what I'll get up as well is the expected goals in a second. But it's fair to say for Atalanta, they went forward a lot, but Milan just defended quite well. If you look at the blocks here, I imagine you can see lots of blocks from AC Milan inside their own box here, 2 right around the central area. And if we look at AC Milan's touches, you can see getting quite central. They're not spending a lot of time in the wide spaces, where I think Atalanta so much when it refreshes. Atalanta having to go quite wide before crossing in, and all of these touches are really crosses and headers. Now we're going to get FOTMob's expected goals tally up. Just to bring it on screen, see if this can work. So, see what we can see. So, the deeper sort of stats. By the way, this is a great app, FOTMob. Just to tell you about it a bit more, I have it on my phone. Have a look at the expected goals of both goals. So, this is 0.31 for Tonali and Calabria, the goal in the first minute, 0.5. Brings the total to 1.3 for AC Milan. But Atalanta, they're getting a few. But I think one of them comes as that Pata header. Look at that. That was a big tally. We're seeing it in game. I instantly knew that they should have scored that. Just so other people want to see the stats here.
I was going to say, right, I wonder what the XG on that shot was.
There's the Pata shot, yeah. Yeah. Just get that up for anyone who just missed it as well. Yeah, that big header in the first half. This is where Atalanta really could have scored 0.3. And then not so much coming from other spaces you can see sort of here. There was this other Zapata thing, but saved well. And have a look at the stats as well. Quite even in terms of shots, but obviously, like I said, that's swayed because Milan went up 1-0 very early on.
And I was going to ask you, Alex, so what's your thoughts on the whole XG and stuff? Are you a fan of it, or considering you're a start guy?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of it. It depends how it's used. So I've had I've had a few conversations with data analysts in recent weeks. I feel like the blur between people who work in football and people like me is getting a bit thinner. So the important thing with stats and data and expected goals is that you don't misuse it. So where people get turned off a bit is like
I was gonna say that it's when normal fans use it without context.
Yeah, there's a Twitter account called Expected Goals Philosophy. Which
I don't
a lot
like
of
the way
people,
he uses it.
yeah, a lot of people have a big problem with it because he just tweets the totals. So, for example, this game, right? Atalanta appear to have been playing an even match, but they went 1-0 down in literally the first 30 seconds. So, of course, Milan are going to be sitting deeper, and that means Atalanta are going to come onto them and try and press more, and obviously they're going to have more shots. It's about game state. Just as a quick one, and what was the site? It was FOTMob, FOTMOB. Really good app as well. I highly recommend it. So I think it's the football data is all the big valuable thing that must be affirmed. It can never replace the eye test. No one's ever going to say, you should watch stats and not the game. Like, that'd be ludicrous. It's all about balancing both. Now, let's get into a couple more comments. How good really is Tonali? So Tonali, this guy came through at Brescia in Serie A. He's always been like a Pirlo because he holds a bit of a similar appearance. It's a bit interesting one because I feel like he's going to be linked to a Premier League club at some point, but he's definitely a bit more all-rounded. He didn't play too much last season on loan at Milan, but this season he's already got 2 goals and 1 assist. One of the goals come in this game. I think he's very good. Don't think he'll ever be like a truly world beater, but he's already, I'd say, like Premier League-ish level. Yeah.
I was going to say, Alex, what do you think of Tino Livramento?
Tino Livramento. Yeah, it's a comment about this earlier. I think Livramento, the scary thing about him is how technically gifted and mature he is on the ball for his age. Like an 18-year-old should not be that competent. Like it's like what we said about coming. Go on.
I was going to say, do you think he'll be able to challenge Trent in terms of that role?
Oh,
because he is talented for that age. Very.
That's a great question. I think it's too early. They need to see a season and like at least 2 seasons of him before he could challenge Trent at a right back spot. Because Trent has been maybe the best player in the Premier League this season.
I wouldn't say for the right back, but for that specific role as a wing back, you would more or less say.
As a wing back, yeah, actually, that's a good point. Maybe it's a wing back, but the thing is, it depends what nation he goes to play for. Because Matty Cash of Aston Villa, he's a perfectly competent right back. And I don't know if anyone saw, he's looking like he's going to choose Poland because he's got a Polish parent. So what's happening is a similar thing we've seen in France, where the depth in the England national team is so thick that the younger prospects are looking at that and going, nah, I don't want to play in that. Like Hudson-Odoi, because he's only played, I think, in friendly matches, he's thought about playing. I think he's considering playing for Ghana. Like that's still a concurrent debate. You might see these young prospects like Livramento slip away, but yeah, in terms of Livramento, he's scary just how assured he looks on the ball this early on. Let's go through other questions. Do you think Tomori has been very inconsistent? I don't think so. I think at Chelsea he suffered under Frank Lampard. I was having a conversation earlier. Hassan, you might be able to tell a bit more. Can you name a defender who looks good in Frank Lampard's defence? Hassan's either gone or he's trying to think.
No. I was slightly lagged out. What did he say?
I said, can you think of a defender who looked good in a Frank Lampard defence at Chelsea?
I mean, we were letting goals in, so regardless of who I say, it's going to be wrong under some people's eyes. But I feel like the only decent one was Zuma. The rest were like, meh. But even then, a lot of our defenders were like inconsistent.
And I think Zuma was at fault for a few goals still last season.
Yeah, he is. That's what it is. Like Zuma's probably, in terms of Frank Lampard's system, Zuma's probably the best one out of all of them, but he's the most error-prone one. So even then, all our defenders are inconsistent. I mean, Tomori was decent, but he just never got a chance ever since. And ever since that day, I think Frank Lampard's been quiet on why Tomori has left. So someone must have gone on behind the scenes.
Yeah, and that was the point I was going to make in terms of I think Tomori's a very good defender. I just think he's playing in the worst Chelsea team we're possibly going to play to like put in good defensive performances. And Milan, he's actually been pretty consistent.
And to
There's a
be
reason
honest,
why they go on.
it's our worst season under Roman Abramovich in terms of letting in goals. 53 is higher than 15-16 season. So
yeah, so that, exactly there it is. Ewan says, honestly, we'll take anyone who doesn't feel they fit into the England team. Ewan being Scottish. The Harvey Barnes switch is still on. Oh, really? Harvey Barnes to Scotland? That would be interesting. I think it's Scotland.
That's a quality signing for them.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be really good. So that's another knock-on effect. These players, we've seen players like Declan Rice ditch the Irish national team for the English national team. Are we going to start seeing the reverse? Start seeing the next Declan Rice ditch the English national team for the Irish national team? Or Republic of Irish and Northern Irish, I should point out. It's an interesting thing. Tonali struggled last year at Milan. They negotiated a cheaper transfer fee, more Gattuso and Pirlo. Don't think he will ever leave Italy to play abroad. Well, fair enough. Harvey Barnes to Liverpool forms. I don't think that fits so much. I think Barnes is very good, but he hasn't earned that move yet. Like, it's debatable who plays off the left between him and Ademola Lookman. But Barnes has been on better form. Actually, no. Before this season, Barnes was on better form than Bukayo Saka. But Saka's picked it up and Barnes has dropped it off. I mean, I'm going to let my cat out quickly. What do you make of Leicester's situation? Because there's been a bit of conversations today, especially after throwing away the Palace lead, like me watched. Do you think Rodgers' time is coming to an end? Like whether that's in the next few weeks or by the end of the season? What do you think?
I mean, based on the situation and looking at the squad and quality, they should be well within the top 6. And to say Rodgers' time is up, it's a 50-50 in my opinion. I feel like you're going to have to wait a few more games. You're going to have to wait a few more games.
Have to wait a few more games, you say?
Like, personally, for me, I think you need to give him time to switch it up. If he doesn't switch it up, then it's most likely his time is gone. But
see, my argument to it is, I've got a couple of comments here. Bet Arns is in shite this season. He doesn't press. He just begs for through balls. He struggles to do any wing play. Can't be fit. I'm guessing X is a Leicester fan. Leicester are missing Johnny Evans. My thoughts on it really is that getting rid of Rodgers, like, I kind of agree. I feel like he could turn things around, but the sacking a coach isn't the worst thing. I was a bit distracted because we mentioned Tammy Abraham earlier, and he just fired an amazing shot off the bar. That was in the game earlier, and it led to a Roma goal. So right, you look at Chelsea. You think of Azpilicueta. He's coached by Rafa Benitez, Jose Mourinho, who when he was actually good, Conte, Sarri. We'll ignore Lampard, Tuchel. That's 5 managers. Now, any of those managers probably could have been given time to turn things around or continue their project, but they all contributed to a greater project to Chelsea. So my argument is getting rid of Rodgers for Leicester, it shouldn't feel like a pause. It's more like when's the next step? So Rodgers has implemented his style. He's taken Leicester to top 6. Now, can they get a manager who improves them in a different way? So like they've got really good to this 4-2-3-1. Can they get someone in who switches things up? Maybe like a Lucien Favre who might play a back 3 or something, or like if we're talking dream on like Graham Potter, someone who's going to play another back 3 and try and change things up further. So I don't think it's anything too much wrong with getting rid of the manager. I think it's a logical step in football.
There will come a time eventually, but for you to do as constant as someone like Chelsea, I don't think they should follow our type of model, because
I think it works for Chelsea.
It works for Chelsea because we have the quality players that are good enough to win trophies. It's just like the manager comes in, right? We start to say to him, you have to win something or you get sacked. And they accept it and they like that kind of challenge because it pushes them to win trophies. And with the whole Leicester thing, I feel like it depends on the quality of the managers out there available. Like who should they go for? Like, I don't know who's out there at the moment that's good enough.
Yeah, I think the only one really is
And I wouldn't recommend Conte. No one says Conte. Because the last thing you want is a 30-year-old guy in your midfield.
Yeah. Rodgers has awful man management. On tight back four is injured. Almost every player in the XL has been injured under him. Yeah, I've heard about this. Like, he's been terrible. He should be sacked in the orange situation. A lot of people have been saying this. The football is playing worrying similar to Puel. That's damaging. Wow, X. I appreciate the insight.
Yeah.
Going to turn back to the Atalanta v Milan game. Just a bit of focus for a second because there's another reason to tune in. So it's 2-0 Milan. Second half's just begun. But Atalanta have introduced a substitute, Tion Koopmeiners, the interesting signing from AZ Alkmaar. He's a midfielder who scored nearly 20 goals last season, a lot of them for the penalty spot, but primarily he's a defensive midfielder, but he offers a lot going forward. Now, he's slotted in ahead, instead of Mered Demiral, Atalanta centre-back, so it looks like they're going to a back four now, perhaps like a 4-3-3 or like a 4-3-1-2. Going to be worth watching, keeping an eye on it now, because I've not seen too much of Koopmeiners. In fact, I'm going to check if he's played too often. I don't think he has. Koopmeiners has, in fact, played... He's played 140 minutes. He's played one game and had a substitute appearance. So definitely going to keep an eye on him. He is the...
Leon have just scored.
Leon just scored?
2-0. Yeah, it's 2-0. By Hassam Ua and Shaqiri scored the first goal.
That's going to be the game that ends Claude Puel's management. Yeah, I can see. So Koopmeiners is number 7. He's on the far side of the pitch there. Kessier's just won it well though. All good running behind from Rebic. It's well blocked. I'll keep an eye on that. Have a look at the goals quickly. Yeah, it's interesting. The Lyon Saint-Etienne game 2 years ago is in the 2019 fixture. That was another time where I think both Claude Puel had just come in charge, and his side beat Lyon, and then they sacked their manager, which was Silvino, I think, and got in Rudy Garcia. But now it's Peter Bosch's Lyon, who somehow got the first goal. And he said, he got the second goal. So interesting things happening in Lyon at the moment.
No, I said Shaqiri got the first goal.
I
think it's been disallowed.
Oh, it's been disallowed. Fair. Yeah. It's interesting to hear from you as a Leicester fan. What manager would you like in X? Let us know. Just now, he was good on FIFA last year. Kessier man of the match. People were saying it's a bit early to say man of the match, but just like I said, a good game. I'll get statistics up in the background for you guys. I mean, I just want to see what I want to see what Koopmeiners can do, because he's coming with a lot of promise from the Eredivisie. Who scored says he's slotted into a back three, but he's clearly not. He's directly in midfield. Yeah, Atalanta playing back four, which is a bit unusual for them, I believe. Usually play back three. Trying to play out the back. Milan pressing quite high as well. Just some numbers from this game. Milan, their top tacklers being Calabria, made 3 tackles, 2 interceptions, 4 clearances. Very good play from him. Kessier's made 2 dribbles and 1-2 free kicks. Good game from Franck Kessier. Oh. Gasparini for something different. Oh, X wants Gasparini. That'd be an interesting appointment. Ultra says Saint-Etienne has not even won one game. Yeah, they're in a ropey spot. Oh, Rafael Leao's made a great run. Oh, that came close. Who was that who missed the ball? That was Palomino. Missed the ball on a cutback, and Milan almost took advantage and scored. Atalanta are quite ropey at the back. Actually.
Yeah, they're very shaky. I got a feeling it's going to be 3-0 soon.
Yeah, this is why I said, no wonder Atalanta looks so uncomfortable. It's what I said. Someone asked earlier, can Atalanta dominate United? So, I mean, they won't dominate, but they can cause issues.
It's literally one shaky tactic versus another.
Yeah. Well, they're being quite rigid. Although you can see there's a big gap in that defence there between the massive gap. So X's answer was Gasperini for something different, but massively risky. Potter seems safer. If we got Potter, I'd love him to bring Basuma as in a replacement for Tielemans. Imagine Basuma and Didi Sumare midfield. I feel like that would be quite defensive, but yeah, I think that would be very good. Potter could bring in Basuma. Be a great player to bring in. Potter's just a great coach in general. Parisians laughing, I imagine, at Saint Etienne. Thanks for tuning people one way. Make sure you like the video. Be greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated indeed. Let's see if I've got any banners for a European watch along. "50 minutes gone tomorrow." Has just got a yellow card. It's dragging back Mailer there. Mailer's not really done too much this game, actually, I believe. It's only got what's he done going forward? Mailer's completed one dribble, made one shot. He's not even made a tackle or interception. Poor game from Joachim Mailer. Guys, we'll keep another conversation going in the chat. We've mentioned about Leicester managers. So has anyone got any other suggestions? Maybe, okay, here's the thing. Leicester managers. We've spoken about the ones that are free agents. What manager would you get for Leicester who is at another club? So we could say Graham Potter, but is there any other manager you can think of? I'm trying to think of one off the top of my head. I feel like, to be fair, it's quite hard, isn't it? Hard.
Yeah,
hard
because
question.
you're gonna have to replace Brendan Rodgers, who is himself a quality manager.
Is it? Yeah, I was speaking to a Leicester fan and they said they said Leicester's managerial recruitment history kind of says Hassan's gone. Leicester's managerial recruitment history kind of says that teams they like to go for an English-based manager, someone who's had English Premier League experience. Scott Parker, that's a nice suggestion. Tell you what, that would be the worst. Scott Parker's Fulham weren't bad. I want to see Scott. I want to see Scott Parker get a job more than I want to see Frank Lampard get a job. I think. I think he'd deserve it. I think he'd deserve it. Big Rod says Graham Potter. Would I rather have a Van Dijk bun or a Salah Afro? Probably a Salah Afro. That'll be fun, especially if it's ginger. I'll be like a striker on pro clubs. Atalanta should never play a back four in the near future. Yeah, it's not looking smart at the moment. Excess Samara needs to be playing high under Rodgers. Not seen any end product yet. See, Samara is a bit more defensive. I imagine Samara more as an Ndidi replacement X. I will say that. Scott Parker wouldn't go down well with the fans. Yeah, it's a good point. There is a genuine lack of managers available at the moment. Trying to think of any. Like, not even available, but like, who'd suit less. Eric Ten Hag. Eric Ten Hag might be one, although I think Barcelona are going to try and nail him down. I was speaking to someone from Football Around, which is the English Dutch news football page. He's actually got good links in the game. Like, he assured me when Madueke was staying, assured me when Ten Hag was staying and not going to Tottenham. But he tweeted to me recently and said he thinks Eric Ten Hag's time at Ajax is beginning to come to an end, and it's only, I think, a year or two left on the contract. So maybe Eric Ten Hag to Leicester would be fun. So that could be interesting. Big Ron says Eddie Howe. I think Eddie Howe is long gone.
Steve Bruce, why not?
See, yeah, might as well. Eddie Howe might be fun at Newcastle. Actually, no, he wouldn't need to get him relegated. Eddie Howe needs to be a team that already has a good deep. Like, if you gave Eddie Howe, like, Eddie Howe makes sense as the Everton appointment when Benitez leaves, because Benitez is going to make him defensively strong. So you can add Eddie Howe on top of that, then you've got a strong defense and a very good attack, and it works. Get Sean Dyche. Why not? Sean Dyche is a really good manager.
What happened to the other one? Is his name Valverde? The
Oh, and that's
Barcelona.
Valverde, yeah. I think he's just living in the Barcelona wages. I think he's just chilling.
He should come back, you know. But anyway,
Because
I would have said sorry if he was at Lazio, because he would have been.
yeah, I like that. That would have been fun.
Sorry, Leicester. That would have been dangerous.
Big One says Ten Hag could be the new Frank de Boer. I think that's harsh. Ten Hag's like proven in Europe that he can actually like coach. He's tactically smart, and in the Eredivisie, like Ajax have romped to it, like every time he's been in charge. I can't remember if it was that good under Frank de Boer. If it was
he like the worst Premier League manager?
He's the worst Premier League manager. He's the worst Netherlands manager. It's been awful. It's been awful everywhere he's gone. If it was up to me, I'd scout around European clubs and get those European pedigree. Gasperini fits that, and I can't forget any other managers. Yeah, I can understand you. Best business ever getting 20 million for Slanky. I think Bournemouth was on drugs getting him. That's fair. Oh, Milan on the counter here. We go. Salamakas on the right.
No. The best business is them not getting 40 for Ake, man.
40 for. Oh my god, yeah. Wow, I forget. Sometimes I forget Nathan Ake exists.
Yeah. What he was actually decent on the Chelsea, and then I mean, to be honest, we did get good money for him.
Yeah,
20 mil. I don't know what the hell happened to him, man, since he moved to Man City. Has he even played again?
He has played. I think he's played this season. I think he's just had. Like those in City just consider him not to be up to the quality. Like he's a true backup. So I just don't think he's defensively switched on enough. We can't play that pet ball. 40 million for Drinkwater, 50 million for Chilwell. Way, but X got a point. That 90 million for the pair of them. That's crazy. Big Ron says, "What about Jaden the robbery?" Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Drinkwater is arguably the worst one out of all of them.
Is Drinkwater the worst transfer of the past decade in the Premier League?
No, it's probably in history.
Has there been a worse one? Like if we're talking, because I feel like foreign players is a harder gamble. Like I think you can forgive it. Like even Fernando Torres, there was reason to think he could rebound his form, and in the end, I think he proved his value. Like Drinkwater's given Chelsea nothing.
Literally, no. The only thing I remember him doing was the out of the box goal, man, where he just hit it for the first time and he scored.
Wasn't that his first goal? Well, that first game.
Yeah, his first and only goal.
Oh my god, yeah. As
he sold dreams, man. He sold dreams.
Alexis Sanchez is another one. Alexis Sanchez might be one of the worst.
Oh yeah. No, but I feel like just because of Sanchez's wages, it puts you over Drinkwater.
Ooh, what a save! Salamakas right in the goal mouth, similar to the Zapata chance. I'll get the XG on that in a minute. Oh my god, that was a big chance. It's great work by Rebic on the wing. He's torn apart against Pezzella. Crossed it in. One of those really nice crosses that just dinks over Palomino. And Salamakas, he's headed basically straight at Musso. Poor goalkeeper, poor shooting. Drinkwater's average at Leicester. I don't know why Chelsea bought him. Dylan says Dylan is Stephen Mandanda's biggest fan. Reps him everywhere.
I was gonna say it's literally because we had Kante. We thought we could replicate what they did together.
You thought you could recreate 15-16 Leicester.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
No, I think that's why Chelsea bought him, you know. It was literally probably because of that reason.
It might be, to be fair, because it was a big panic buy. We can conclude that. 100% conclude that. Drinkwater and Kante won the league at Leicester. I think Chelsea's logic is Big Will's just kind of repeated it. Fred? No, I think Fred's been a good signing.
No, Fred's been decent. Like he's not as bad as the ones that we've mentioned, because he gets you clean sheets at times.
Yeah, people just saw 40 million Brazilian midfielder and hoped Ronaldo would sign. Hoped Man United would sign the next Ronaldo or Ronaldinho. But like, Fred's fine. Fred's fine. I think he's worth his value. I'm just trying to the XG on that goal because that was a big effort for Milan. Salamakas 0.5 XG and he's missed. Huge chance. Can't believe he's missed that. 50% chance of going in. Crazy. Big one says Fred is atrocious. Now, I don't know what Ads' involvement is in the channel at the moment. I think he's taken a bit of a backseat because he's working on college. But he will defend Fred to the death. I think Fred is, and I kind of agree. I think Fred's amazing, but he's fine. Like he's fine.
I think it's mainly because of his price tag. If he was bought for 20-25 million, I don't think anyone would complain.
And I also think it's because him and McTominay together is bad. If he was with someone like Ndidi, he'd probably be a pretty like an 8 out of 10 Premier League midfielder, 7 to 8 out of 10. Right now, he's just kind of stuck at a 6 to 7.
Because I remember once, right, that everyone was bigging up Fred, if you remember, right, when he had like 10 clean sheets for like 10 starts he had. It was something like that. I remember because on Twitter, they were all bigging him up and stuff. But I don't know, ever since then, bro, he's became a scapegoat.
Milan just put together a really nice attack, by the way. They've got such a nice quick passing. It was a good little flip around the corner from Rebic, and Calabria shot gets deflected over. Someone mentioned a comment I would say, Fred, where do you think Franck Cassier will end up? So Cassier, just a quick profile. Oh my God, scared the life out of me. The TV remote shook, and I'm home alone at the moment. I thought someone knocked at my door. Franck Cassier is like a box-to-box midfielder, to use the basic description. He can do quite a bit going forward. He scored a few penalties last season, but he's very good defensively. Based off that, where do we think he should go? He's out of contract next season. It doesn't look like he's going to sign a new one at AC Milan.
I think he might go United. Just because United love having lots of midfielders unwanted ones.
See, thinking of United, I think like he'd be wasted there because he does a lot going forward. I think Rice is a better option for United. It's hard. I think Kessié will be amazing at Liverpool. I think that'd be a good place. But where do you guys think?
But no,
someone's actually mentioned Southgate to United. No, we don't want that.
The rival fans do. We love that one. You can see Southgate celebrating every time Ronaldo scores.
I saw Ollie's celebration after the draw yesterday. That was funny. Going away. Dylan says Liverpool could definitely do Kessié. Yes, yeah, I think so too. It'd be unreal for Klopp. Be amazing. McGinn and Villa, people were talking about. I think Rice wants Chelsea. I like Kessié, but I don't think he's what we need. Yeah, I don't think he's what United need. Well, I don't think Rice is nailed onto Chelsea. I know he's like Mount's husband, but I don't know. Money talks, man. Money talks.
The thing is, though, I was gonna say, right. I think what's putting Chelsea off is the price tag.
Yeah.
Like United are willing to pay for it because they're desperate. They slapped like 50 on Fred, so they'll easily put 60 on Rice.
Well, that value's going up to like 80 to 100 now. He's in such good form as well. So West Ham could probably command it.
God damn, and don't forget he's got like a 4-year contract as well.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, West Ham have actually done good business there. Here's another one. What team should Bellingham go to? Personally, I think Liverpool. I think Bellingham at United actually makes sense. Bellingham for Dortmund's kind of like box to box with Kessié is a bit more ball progression. Bellingham's a very good passer and he's good at arriving late in the box, but he doesn't do too much defensive work. Like, does enough. So I feel like him on the right side of a pivot at Man United, I reckon that'd be fire. I reckon that'd be great. So Bellingham at United would work. What about you, Hassan?
I could actually see him go to both, to be fair, but I don't know, because Chelsea are also looking onto him as a long-term target in the next couple of years, because our midfield will be aged by then, so we'll be looking for the next big thing. I'm saying Chelsea's midfield 3, Kovacic, Conte, Jorginho, will be in their 30s by then. So
what about thinking... though? Actually, no, Jorginho replacement makes sense, to be fair. I can see that. But I was going to say, Quite a boring one, but maybe Manchester City. I think he'd make sense there.
Yeah, that it just depends really. I feel like we should just wait for a few years,
Yeah.
and then we'll see what kind of player he develops into.
Well, another one. Going back to the Kessié one. Depending on how good Arsenal do this season, I reckon he'd be great at Arsenal. Like it doesn't change how good he'd be at Arsenal. It's just more if Kessié is currently playing Champions League football, he's not going to go to Arsenal if they don't get if they get the Europa League or Conference League. Like he'll set his hearts higher, especially if he's a free agent. But he'd work Party Kessié midfield. That'd be bombing. That'd be great
for Arsenal. Yeah, that would. Oh, what? Bro,
imagine Kessié, Party, Ødegaard. Oh, that's nice.
A more dangerous one would have been man, for them.
Yeah, I agree actually.
Bro, can you imagine? I feel like them not buying Ødegaard was a mistake, man. I feel like they should have waited for Owa. Can you imagine Kessie and Owa going there?
See, I don't know. I do like Ødegaard. I think they're going for a good value as well, or a good price. Sorry, so I'm not sure. I
was gonna say, right, 6 million for Nana. Should Arsenal have bought him and wait for his ban to go?
Oh, Nana.
Do you think Arsenal should have got him instead of Ramsdale and wait for the ban to go?
I want to say yes. Still, I'm backing myself on that, but obviously Ramsdale started way better than anyone in the world predicted him to.
Because statistically, correct me if I'm wrong, they Onana consistently get like 78% both the league and UCL in terms of save percentage.
I think he was quite high, and I think he is occasionally a bit erratic coming outside of his box, but those sort of things would be coached out. But he looks set for Inter Milan now. He looks set there.
Before 6 to 8 million, that's a bargain, even though it's a bond.
And since he's got age on his side as well, that's the thing. Like that's the thing no one likes about the Ramsdale thing. It's because it costs 30 million, which for a goalkeeper is big. Didn't Edison and Alisson only go for like 40 to 50? Let me double check that. Alisson transfer fee.
No, Alisson went for 65.
Oh, jeez, yeah, he did. What about Edison? He must be
Edison, I think he was about 40
million euros, so probably a bit less.
So that's 35, isn't it?
Yeah. So Ramsdale going for the same price. Edison went for 17, 18. You got to think COVID prices. That's where people have the issue with, I think. Alisson's 75 mils, insane though. Oh, Milan coming forward again. Leao. That's greedy of him, very greedy. It's annoying when players get like that. When players who clearly want a goal, they just have their eye. They get into a zone where they just got the eyes set on it. Where if they look right, you can make a good pass. Kepa cost it. Oh God, yeah. Sorry, I forgot about the world's most expensive keeper. God, Kepa Arrizabalaga, 74.
There was context. That was a massive panic buy.
That was insane.
Courtois screwed us, man. We could have got Oblak with that kind of money, man. But God damn it.
Oh, Milan are just tearing apart Atalanta now. Just going straight at them. Oh, it's a good tackle though. I think there's been a couple of subs that I'll update everyone on as well, actually.
To be honest, I was kind of surprised why we didn't go for Oblak at that time, because I swear his contract release clause was 90 at that time.
Maybe you just didn't quite have the funds. I guess that extra 15 mil, maybe. I don't know. It's a tough one. Just to update people on the subs. So Mela went off for Luis Fruto. Malinovsky's just come off for Josip Bilic. Well, just came off about 10 minutes ago. So Atalanta's making all the subs, but Milan are calm. 70 minutes gone. So it's left. Koopman has just made a very nice ball out wide low. Here we go. Atalanta playing it wide. We've got Murillo, I believe, on. Shot. Oof. It's fun watching European games because they still have 5 subs. And it's like, can feel a little out of place, but no, I like it. Yeah, it's Murillo one. Froiler, the guy who made the error. Koopman. Koopman is stayed quite reserved, but like a deep line playmaker. He's thinking these really nice balls though. Some great ideas. His ball just went out of play and Zappacosta didn't quite get to it. Alisson has saved us so many times. He was worth it. Oh, Dylan's just revealed he's a Liverpool fan. I didn't even realise about that. It was almost a blessing Liverpool didn't fix their keeper problem when they should have. Oh, yeah, they could have won the Champions League final. Which league do you think has the biggest tax? In the Big Five leagues, there's none. The Big Five leagues, I get really maybe the Bundesliga just due to goalkeeping. But at the same time, the Bundesliga is like probably the second best league in Europe.
I mean, statistically, in terms of getting value for money of players, it has been Bundesliga recently.
Like, and obviously, Timo Werner Havertz haven't landed, but
yeah,
you've still got like now I'm trying to think of players who've come from the Bundesliga. Song Heung-min, like perfect example. Like he was a good Bundesliga player and he's turned into a world-class player. I think the biggest tax. Okay, like I don't think there's too much big tax in many leagues. You really just have to pinpoint the current situation.
All I'm going to say, right, Dortmund tax, but
Dortmund tax.
The amount of players they scammed into, like selling Dumbele.
Oh shit! Yeah. I'm trying to think of because it all depends on case by case basis. Like if you buy it, like Seb Aller is obviously going to score more goals at Ajax like he is now than he was at West Ham. So signing him from Ajax thinking he's going to recreate that Ajax form could be a bit risky. It just kind of depends on the situation, scenario. Like there's a lot more to it.
Yeah, for every league is different. Like every league has got like wasted value.
Yeah,
depending on who they got it off.
Like in the Russian Premier League,
literally statistic. For Premier League's case, it's been Bundesliga because that's where most of the money has gone from.
Like in the Russian Premier League, for example, I think that's like 9th or 10th best league in Europe. Well, it's not. That's what UEFA coefficients put it, but UEFA coefficients is a bit wrong. Anyway, Russian Premier League, I watch it quite regularly now, and it's like the players are quite slow in it, but they're all very tall and very strong, probably on the same level as the Premier League. So you've just got these little nuances to take care of. Eredivisie, I'm going to give you a bit of a guide. The Eredivisie can be called carpet football. Play a lot of football on the floor. The tactics are very similar. You get lots of 4-3-3s, 3 at the backs now, lots of passing play. Belgian football, that's kind of a bit more different. They're doing a lot of weird different things. Just the money isn't in the game for a lot of teams, but like teams like Club Brugge doing a lot. Feel free to name me other leagues, guys. This is where watching the ball comes in. Like Scottish League, that's a weird one because you've got the top half of it is like Premier League quality in terms of Celtic and Rangers. Then you've got the bottom half, which is a bit more like League One.
To be honest, like literally, there's only 3 good teams in the Scottish League. The rest are just bang average.
You've got the Serie A watching now. Antonio Conte came out before and said, like, in Italy, defenses pay less tactical attention to certain players. So like, there are bigger gaps that can appear in Italian. Like watching Atalanta, they're playing like Leeds, but they're surviving very well. Whereas so like maybe they struggle a bit more in the Premier League. It's hard to work out. Liga 1's a league where it's like the goalkeeper quality is a little bit weaker, but in terms of the tempo of the game, the physicality of the game in that aspect, not necessarily like Russian Premier League where it's height and strength, but just the pace of the game, counter-attacks and things like that, on par with the Premier quite easily. Like there's so much speed in Ligue 1 because it's the youngest league in the top 5.
It's underrated.
Yeah,
I feel like it's underrated. Because is it like Saliba balling out on there at the moment? That's what I've been hearing.
Yes, he is. He's doing great, actually, at Marseille. People have made their requests. They've let in some ropey ones, but I'm going to do my best. So the Czech League, I can actually answer that. So in Eastern Europe, there's actually a lot of attention played really on technical ability. You really get that in Croatia. Like teams like Dinamo Zagreb, they pay so much attention to just. I think in Zagreb they don't like their academy doesn't limit player touches, and Zagreb where players like Modric have come through. I think when Croatia reached the World Cup final, 18 players of the 25-man squad, or might have been 14, Oh, it was like above 14. Had come through Zagreb, so a lot of things on the ball. Moldovan league, yeah, no, I don't. I'm not that experienced. Sorry, lads, but I know Sheriff just beat Real Madrid. I'm just rewatching the Salah goal over and over again. But yeah, I can tell you more about the different leagues. Just keep them coming in. Anyway, this game's got 15 minutes left. I've still got some live viewers in. We really appreciate it, people. Jakey chances, is the game still on? Yes, they are. 15 minutes left. Atalanta still chasing. They've threatened, so there is chances. Zapata's just done well on the left. Ball's been cleared low. Milan trying to counter. Rebic trying to bring the ball down and not going to quite get it. Nice play from Coop Miners. Coop Miners just got such good passing. Is it fair to put Foden in the Haaland and Mbappe debate yet? Hassan, I'm throwing that one off to you.
I mean, he is quality, to be fair. Personally, for me, just a little bit more. I feel like in a month or two, that's when it starts to really kick in. But I don't know how many games.
I want to see the. I think the difference between him is that I think the talent might be there. We just need to see the output. Like, we needed to score 50. We needed to score 35 goals or make 35 goals and assists in 38 games, like Haaland and Mbappe are doing. What I will say on the Haaland v Mbappe debate, I know Football Daily made a video today. I haven't got around to watching it, but I know at the moment for PSG, Mbappe's not doing so good. He's played 8 games, got 4 goals, 3 assists, which is good, but he's quite isolated in PSG's team. Like with Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi, one of those has to suffer, and Mbappe kind of is. So now, for me, it's Haaland. It's hard to really say.
I've always been Haaland, man.
I've generally been. I think Mbappe's more talented. I think he's a better footballer, but yeah, I can't justify saying Mbappe's better than Haaland at the moment. Oh my god, what a goal! Wow, Rafael Leao. Hassan, keep an eye on your screen.
Yeah. No worries.
Oh my goodness me. Rafael Leao was just scored and made it 3-0 for AC Milan. Crowd are going wild. Let me talk you through the goal in a second.
Hey, anyone who's put bet on AC Milan winning has made silly money, I'm telling you. Because because putting like £10 in, I swear you win like something like 40 quid or something.
Really? Was that mad? Jeez.
Yeah, like if you were to put like £5 in, I think you win like 20 quid.
Jeez. Wow. Well, I'm going to talk you through the goals. Milan counter. Some very nice play, actually. Leao started it on the left. And I think it was number 19.
Yeah. He flicked it to number 19.
Yeah, number 19. I'm just getting the name up now. I believe that was Teo Hernandez, sorry. Teo Hernandez dodged a very nice tackle. And he's left the ball. It's well left, I should say, by Brahim Diaz. He was off in an offside position. He's left it. And Rafael Leao has belted it into the far corner in such an aesthetically pleasing manner, curling the ball, grappling his foot right round it. It's a great goal, and it's 3-0 Milan away from home in Atalanta. Wow. Ismail Benacer about to come on for Sandro Tonali too. Milan looking to wrap up this game. Big things happening. We'll go back to the the comments. Olawayesi says, what a counter.
I was going to say, anyone who bet on Milan, just enjoy the money.
Ewan's on the same vibe as me. I swung from Mbappe to Haaland recently. His end product is scary. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. Atalanta are giving a false account of themselves. Watch them be mustard against United.
Only Tops is real.
I think Atalanta, like, they suffered because they went 1-0 down in the first 30 seconds, and whenever that happens, you're chasing the game. But it's very hard to claw things back.
Especially the way they defend.
Yeah, which is quite pressing. Looks like Coop Miners is dropping into the back 3 now. I want to pay special attention to him just because he's an interesting player. It looks like, Atalanta's trying to veer back to a back 3, but the game's kind of gone. They've got to do something incredible to get this back in the next 10 minutes, which, in fairness, if you're new to the stream, you should expect that because those sort of things can happen. It has to be said on these channels. We've covered so many games where teams just come back from absolutely nowhere. I think we covered it when Atletico won the league and they had to rely on like a 78th minute goal from Suarez to win La Liga last season. So let's see what Atalanta can do. They've got the firepower on the pitch. They've got Muriel, they've got Zapata. Got some goals there. Let's see. Thoughts on Martial from X? Hang on. What are your honest opinions of Steve Mandanda? I will try not to cry. I think he's finished, mate. He's great. Had a great career, but there's a reason he's not playing at Marseille, and it's because he's just he's too old. Sorry, bro. Thoughts on Martial? Is he one move away from becoming the next Depay? I don't know. I think it's too late. It's too late. But
no, personally, I think he should go to the French league if he wants to resurrect himself.
It'd be a homecoming for him, and he maybe work well at like a Lyon or Monaco. He might work well if the left for Lyon, to be fair. So maybe not actually. Maybe Hassan's got a point.
I feel like him being at home would elevate him and give him confidence.
Similar on the fan account says, "I won't lie, I might be crying out. You've dissed him." He's had a great career. Like I said, he's done well to stay in the league, stay in the condition he is at his age. So fair enough to him. Atalanta firing. Oh, they're claiming handball. Big claims. You can tell when it's a big claim. Like really all reactor. Oh, Zapata came so close. Ball fired into the goal mouth there. I think that was who was that actually? I think that was Ilicic. There's going to be a VAR check on this handball thing, but we won't see it yet. They're still complaining to the referee. Here we go. Yep, VAR checks in progress. Can Atalanta get a penalty? We're about to see. Getting the replay now. Oh, we can't tell. First, it looks like outside the box. It's deflected up onto the hand. Gonna take a minute to look at this. This could be a possible.
For me, I don't think that's a pen.
Wait, hang on. Let's go to Peter Walton here. Go on.
I mean, I was gonna say he's deflected off him, like off his back and into his arm.
But should his hand have been that high? For anyone who doesn't realise, he's slide tackled in and his hand's been like this. And that's where it's deflected. That's my thing. I don't think his hand can be that high.
I think it's a 50-50.
Has the referee made an obvious error? That's the issue. 21 people watching now getting to the last 10 minutes. Is Gersa's playing? No, he's injured.
I don't think that's obvious. I think that's going to be waved on.
Oh, no, I think he's going to check it. That's an interesting thing. Now, that's probably, I think it's a 70% chance that it's going to be given now, 30% chance the referee will overrule VAR and just say no. People saying that's not a pen. Let's have a look. His arm can't be that high. That's his issue. It's too high. You can't have your the player in front of me has got his arm that high. I'm trying to actually figure out who it is. Oh, it's in the box as well. It's a penalty. It's going to be a penalty. Penalty to Atalanta with 6 minutes left, and there will be added time. And it's a yellow card to Messias Jr. Atalanta have a chance to get back into the game. It will be a pen. The Mafia won a 3-1 scoreline. Great. Here we go. Big Ron and Mandanda, play nice in the comments. I see you. Let's have a look at this penalty. Zapata will take. I've been reading a study actually about goalkeeping, how to put off penalty takers, and one of the things is what Mandanda's just done to try and get into the year of the penalty taker. Now let's have a look. What can he do? Zapata. This could make the game very interesting. Lining up to take it. Making sure the players aren't coming into the box. Zapata to take. Goal! 3-1. 3-1 Milan. Atalanta get a goal back. Bit of a kerfuffle because Magnon held the ball immediately after he conceded. Magnon went the right way, but it's a great penalty from Zapata. High into the roof of the net. There's no saving that. 1 goal back for Atalanta. We're set up for a fireworks finish. Lots of comments coming in. We'll save them maybe for next time. Let's go into these.
Leon are still winning based on the scoreline.
Pardon?
Oh, imagine if it's another 3-3.
Oh, damn, yeah. Remo Freuler's just covered. Former Chelsea player Mario Pasalic is on. He's a very talented midfielder, to be fair. Oh, Atalanta. The Atalanta press is on. Look at them. Aggressively playing high. It's hard to keep track of so many subs coming on the pitch. Still 5. We've got Foda Ballatore, I believe, on the left. And Rafael Leao on the ball now. He's done well. He's played it into Ballatore. He's won a throw-in. It's what Milan need to do now. They need to kill time because there's going to be about 5 or 6 minutes added on, I reckon. (3-1). The goals for Milan came in first 30 seconds. Then a nice goal from Sandro Tonali after an error from Remo Freuler. And then a very nice finish from Rafael Leao. However, with 5 minutes remaining, penalty goal from Atalanta, and we will see what happens. We've got 3 minutes left of the 90. Atalanta flying forward here. But the Milan are giving up possession now. Playing something of a 4-2-2-2, Milan actually, out of possession. It's well won by Coop Miners. Very nice play. Ball's out to Muriel. Got a good over up here from Pizzella. We've got Zapata on the edge. Oh, it's going to be a throw into Atalanta. I think a Milan player will get sent off. They're just get fouling now, wasting time. I agree. Ooh. Mill to clear everyone apart from Steve. People are arguing if Reece James is overrated. Hassan, go on. You want to quickly answer that one?
No, I don't know what they mean by overrated.
What do you guys mean by overrated?
Like all round, as an all round, if you're talking about attacking, then I mean we've all agreed that in terms of what the Reece James and Trent situation, we all know that Trent's a better attacking than Reece James, but in terms of all round, Reece James is one of the best right backs in the league, if not probably. I wouldn't say the best, yeah, but he's probably got another year of top flight football, and if he wins the league or something, then he's got argument of being the best right back.
But I think physically, there's only Carl Walker's a better fullback than him. I don't think there's any better, like in terms of pace and power and strength. There's very few I can think of in my head that are better than Reece James. Like that saying, Trent is great going forward, but last season his aerial win rate was 23%. This is he's
under his defensive inconsistencies. I know Liverpool fans are gonna come at me by saying it, but he is a bit inconsistent. Whenever someone asks me about Trent's defending, I say he's not great, but he's not bad. He's somewhere in between.
Yeah, but Reece James this season, last season, sorry. Like Trent last season won 23% of his aerial duels. Reece James won 63%, and he won over 50% of his 1v1s. I'm not sure his tackle success rate. But yeah, he's a very well all-rounded physical player. By the way, Coop Miners is in the 90th minute now, and he's just held onto the ball beautifully. Muriel on the ball now. Milan have wasted time. Well, they've got possession back after a bit of a mix-up. Oh, it's a great burst there. Fantastic play, actually, from Milan. That was a very nice play from number 30, Messias. Guy gave away the penalty, actually. Only a handful of minutes now. Thing is, in Europe, they do add on less time, but there's still... It's 4 minutes added on. We're heading into the 91st minute, so Atalanta will need to do something incredibly special to get into this. Won't be the first time they've done that, though. Oh, Milan just holding it so well. Salamakers has done beautifully to waste time in the corner. Kessier is off, and he's... Or Leao is off, sorry. Shaking hands for everyone. Is he being subbed off, or is he?
And just to keep you up with La Liga, Sevilla still losing 1-0 to Granada.
What's happening with Lyon?
Lyon is still 1-0, and I think they're holding it a 1-0 win at the moment.
Oh,
I think they're holding it out. I don't know how long other time is on. I'll just check.
The Liverpool Agenda is new to the channel. Liverpool Agenda, appreciate you subscribing over here. That would be very much appreciated. There's not many Liverpool fans that I get to talk to, so I'm trying to increase that every day. And get me in your thoughts about Liverpool at the moment.
Yeah, no,
earlier, we said Frank Kessier would be great for Liverpool. Oh, Milan are going through here. Messias. Oh, it's good defending
yeah,
there.
so Olympic Lyon have a red card, right? And they've got 6 minutes of advertising.
Who got the red?
No, I'm finding out now.
Pardon?
I'm finding out now, so I have no idea.
Okay.
I'll find out.
It was good defending there from Jaminski for Atalanta, but the gate's going to be held
Lopez. Out. It was Lopez at the 74th minute.
Oh, the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper's off. Damn.
Is he? Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like Lyon have to hold it off for another 6 minutes.
Oh, I have to say, a lovely ball there was just threaded through Milan's number 4. Just came on. I'll find his name. It's very hard for that commentary. By the way, Milan, they've got Paolo Maldini's son, who's apparently quite a talent. But Milan almost scored.
I think he scored, didn't he, on his debut?
Yeah, he did. Oh, Zapata, it's going to be a goal for Atalanta here. Oh, we've got 1 minute left. Pasalic has scored in the last 93rd minute. There's claims and shouts for something else. Simeon Kier is complaining. I think it's going to be claimed for offside, but I don't think there's much to complain for.
Hey, Alex, man, we always get twists in this channel.
We always get belters, man. Zapata done well. They're complaining for a foul. The ball escaped Calabria at the back, and Pasalic just fired into the far post. This is Zapata. Oh, that's soft. Messias went down under the smallest bit of pressure from Zapata. He fired the ball across the goal, and Pasalic heads it and finishes it in. Manuel tried to make a good diving save, but it's well finished by Pasalic under pressure. We've got about a minute and a half left of game time properly. People are saying that's a foul. I think it's too soft to be a foul.
And don't forget, guys, the refs are not English.
Give me VAR. I think the referee's showing he's paused the game. Yeah, no, goals given. Atalanta. Oh, I love this. The Atalanta players getting ready to sprint forward. Milan, no, they've done well. They've played out to the right. Atalanta get the time. Oh, they're just hastily belting it forward. Zapata. Muriel gives it away. Free kick to Milan. That's got to be it, surely. Depends how much time is getting added on. Al Capone has rigged this. Milan just it's 1 minute added over the 4. Thing is, in Europe, they like to make sure they finish quite on time. Yep, there it is. Game over. 3-2 AC Milan. Wow, what a game.
Yeah, man, it's always been a high score.
Hang on, lads. Hang on. I made a promise earlier. Thank you, Ewan, for pointing it out. Smash the likes, people, but Gem, your spelling is atrocious. It's only just updated, actually. But disgraceful behaviour. Atlanta. I told everyone here to as soon as you joined the chat to point it out. So if you're here from the start, please at GNA TV because Jem's comment on it and say you can't spell. But back to the game, full time. Milan, I think getting that early goal really made the big difference. That's what really won the game for them. Made Atalanta chase the game throughout the match, and they just couldn't claw it back. Couldn't claw it back. Hassan, what was your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I mean, I personally believe that Atalanta just didn't turn up, and Milan came in and just been clinical.
Yeah,
like any type of defensive error that Atalanta made, Milan tried to punish him. And I'm just looking at the Lyon game, and they've equalised. It's 1-1 there.
they've equalised. Let's tune. Go on, right. We'll extend this for a bit later. Let's tune into that.
There's only like a minute left.
Fair. I've honestly the highlights of it. It's a penalty to Sanity. Ultra Parisian is cheering. I'm back on. I want to see the last bit of it. I was Leon kicking off. Claude Pirat. He's so miserable. He's so old and he's so miserable. Look at the sun. If anyone doesn't know, Lyon Saint Etienne is like a very big derby. Here we go. I was in 95th minute. Wabi Kazri. Leon pushing forward. We've got 1 minute. There's going to be more at a time, though, surely.
Probably.
Yeah, because if it's just a penalty, it's got to be added more. Saint Etienne not giving the ball. Have you noticed how much fan crowd trouble is happening in France? Yeah, it's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. I think it's a combination of COVID and just the general anger in France at the moment. Gusto with the front. Gusto, 18-year-old right back. My God, he's fantastic. We're speaking about Reece James. This guy, Livramento. This guy, this guy stood out to me more than Livramento. Really good Brazilian right back. Yeah, definitely keep an eye on him. 18-year-old Gusto at Lyon. Can Lyon snatch it? If San Etienne draw this, Claude Puel's job's potentially saved. But then again, they haven't won a game, so and they're bottom of the league. Or San Etienne, ropey. It's got to be time added on. Gusto back. I'm going to provide analysis on Paqueta this week on Twitter as well. Very interesting player. Gusto, nice break down the line. Come on, Leon. Get rid of Claude Puel's job.
And there might be another.
Might be it. It might be it. Papi Aulas in the mud. Look at the PSG fans. They're just got lapping it up. Oh, good pressing. It's game over. Wow. Saint Etienne keep the job. Right, I think that's extended it a nice little bit. But yeah, thanks for everyone for joining me on the stream. Thanks, Hassan, my co-commentator. Very much appreciated it. If everyone could subscribe to GNA TV, we'll be back doing a European watch on maybe in 2 weeks' time, I imagine. If you see a game that we should cover, let me know. Might even do Champions League games. We will see. Yeah. Thanks for joining us, everybody. And thanks for joining me, Hassan. We will see you guys next time.
Peace out.